Well, this episode, we're stuck into the bodywork on Lazarus again. There's so much to do on this thing, so let's get straight into it. No time to waste.
What am I bodging? Oh, well, a 60 Series Landcruiser. But the good news is, me and you'll be working together.
Righto, so I think I did a good job of the tailgate. James was on the fence.
Oh. If you're going to do it once, you're going to do it properly.
I'm glad he's confident. I'm terrified. Nice. So the door's just got weld through primer on it now. Let's sit this back in and make sure I weld it to the right shape. Righto, weld through primer and it's ready to go back on the door. This is a long, painful process, I tell you. I think it still fits. That is so much work, and it's hot. Now time to sand. Sand the outside of those two doors. I'll wait till Jamesy, he can skim coat that with bog. I don't want to put any more on than I need to because I know how hard it is to sand off. So we'll spend the afternoon sanding, and that'll be nearly the left hand side of the car done. I know what you're thinking, not another bloody montage, but I really want to capture the amount of work that goes into this, guys, so you're just going to have to bear with me. I'm going to put some good music to these and make them entertaining as I can, but there is so much time that goes into bodywork and sanding, and it really has surprised me, so I'm going to capture it. I'm going to keep showing it so you guys know what you're in for, and we'll get James to teach us how to do things properly along the way. What are you going to do?
Bolt one end to the other.
Woo! Right, it's time to do the final coat of bulge, or I hope it is. I just sanded all that off and James is just going to put it all back on now. Beauty. I just cleaned your shed, mate.
Yeah, no.
You don't care, do you?
No.
That's got to be close, hasn't it?
It's close.
Nice car.
No. Show car.
Go car now. What about the middle of the door?
Yeah, I'll walk it to there.
Just up that end, you reckon? Just there's a lump, hey.
She'll be right. We'll get her.
Righto. Yeah,
You'll have
just
to get
there.
in there.
Do you want me to weld them up?
Well,
Can do.
you're going to have to. Otherwise, water gets down in there. You'll just pull it straight in. What's that one? No.
It's my trademark.
Leave that trademark behind.
Rightio, welding again. Might bolt that new apron up, eh? Brand new second-hand apron, and it's in really good condition. So we did repair the old one, but I come across a few new parts. One being an apron, and that will give us the exact shape here. So we'll bolt him up, sand the guard into the new apron. Righto, that is lining up heaps better with that new apron. Even it wasn't really the right shape, and for some reason one of the headlights rounds on the driver's side works, and then the new one didn't quite fit so well. So could be the difference between maybe one's an aftermarket part, or I have no idea. But out of all those bits and a mixture of parts, I've got it so it looks the same on both sides, and that's really what matters. So pretty good. So did I do a good job with the repair?
Not bad. Not bad for a beginner. What do you keep saying?
Nice car.
Okay.
Not a show car.
The inside won't be.
Not even a nice car, you reckon? Very nice. Pretty lovely. Yes, the repair on the door I did wasn't quite up to James's standard. He was quite kind on camera. Off camera, he wasn't so kind.
That'll do us, man. Looks like a door. Doesn't look too bad.
Righto, it's another day. It's been about a week since we've done anything on Lazarus. We've been away in the van, the new UEV 490. Check out our other channel for that. It's a bloody ripper. We really enjoyed it. And we got bogged again. We always get bogged, and it was my fault. We didn't let the tyres down. Anyway, go and watch that episode. It's a cracker. So we're back in the shed on Lazarus. James has just about kicked me off my own project, unless he's here supervising me. So he said, I am allowed to do this little lip here for the seal on the rear tailgate because it's not seen. So we're going to get stuck into that. You know, we joke about it, but I do really want to do a nice job on this. And the more and more we do on it, the more and more we're starting to get really worried about making it super straight, super flat. Because you put a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of money into these things. So let's make it nice. Why not? And I do have a little special something to pick up tomorrow morning. Anyway, let's get into this rear tailgate and fix that up. And I'll see if I can do a nice job and see if he's impressed with it. First up, I'm going to get the drill bit out that James made to drill all these spot welds out, or what's left of them, because it is pretty rusty and shitty. And we'll peel that old bit off, cut it back to where it's actually still good steel. Then we'll go about bending up a new piece of steel in the same shape and putting some spot welds back in it. It all sounds really simple. Surely this can't go wrong. Whoops. Look, technically I know you're not supposed to drill right through it. Lucky James is in here. We'll fix that. Righto, we'll scribe along on this, and yes, I'm going to cut this with tin snips and then bend it by hand because that's all I've got to work with, and that's what we're going to do. And the sheet is about 100mm too short, so I'll have to do a little piece too, just to add more work really. Anyway, I'll have hand cramps by the end of cutting this, that's for sure. Righto, before I removed the existing piece, I used the old set square and set a depth off the top of the car down to the top of the, let's call this the flange, to hold the rubber seal. So we can use that to set the depth and just weld along into those plug holes that I've drilled, and that should be in the right spot. Sweet. When James gets here, he can give me the rundown. Give me a score out of 10. I could have done it better. I know it won't rust. It's all treated properly. It's not super pretty, but the seal goes back over it. I'm not about to die before I finish the project vehicle. That's not how I do things. So it's done properly, as in it's strong, it won't rust, and it's not seen. So that's good enough for that. Righto, so we ducked out to all 4x4 spares, and you guys have seen the videos. We had a ball down there with those guys. They showed us right through the factory and really gave us the keys to the place, and we got a couple of cool videos out of it I really enjoyed making. Is it a written off vehicle, for one?
No, it's not a written off vehicle, it's an end of life vehicle.
End of life? That's really morbid.
Yeah, well, considering that thing, I'm sure some lives have ended in the back of that.
Well, there, obviously the main reason was to get the bonnet. Now, James said I'm not allowed to do this until we finish the bodywork on the thing, but he's not here at the moment, so I'm going to start hacking into it, and if I get it half done, I think he'll feel obliged to help me finish it, because I'm going to need his help. One thing I can do, and I'm pretty confident, is we've gone ahead and marked out what I need to cut out of it, and it's just going to fit, I think. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's get straight into it. I'm really excited to do something fun on this thing, and if I can get this 79 series bonnet grafted into the 60 series, and have it sitting there, every time I walk into the shed, it's going to be a massive motivator. Like, it'll really change the look of the car, and that's what I really need, because bodywork is crushing. It's slow, it's painful, it's dusty, and it feels like it's never going to end, and I really need something to keep me going, and this is one of those things, one of those funner things to do, a bit more creative, so let's get stuck into it. Okay, so this initial line I've drawn on here is actually too wide. That point there being the widest across the bonnet scoop doesn't actually fit across the bonnet here where it rolls down, so we're gonna have to cut it even finer, and you'll see the line is not far off where the bulge starts, so it only just fits. Right, I'm gonna go in and cut this. I think it still is not gonna fit, but we'll sit it up there and then I can just trim it back to the bare minimum. If I cut any further into that where I don't need to, we're nearly into where the bonnet starts to roll up, so hopefully this works, because there's a few dollars in this bonnet. Alright, so we've cut the back edge in a bit of a half moon sort of shape to follow the back edge of the bonnet on the 60. Righto, so we're going to cut the hole in the bonnet. I want to do it while the bonnet's still attached to the car, because it's probably the best it can be supported right now. So I'll cut the hole and just get it tacked in before we pull the bonnet off. a bit scary, that one. So we've left 4 little tabs in it just to sit the actual 79 series bonnet bulge on top of. And then as we weld it in, I'll just slice those off. Well, that's the theory. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I think James is going to be up. Definitely would have done something wrong here, but we'll find out. Righto, I actually went and got 0.8 wire. That'll be a big improvement over 0.9 for doing this bodywork stuff. So we're going to go in and just tack it in position. Everything's going well. We've gone through and ground all the paint off where I'm going to have to weld it. Got these little tabs left here for it to sit down onto. Everywhere where it fouls, we'll just run the 1mm angle grinder blades through and let it sit down in. What's the worst could happen? Went in right. See that? I was a little bit sketchy about the whole petrol engine underneath catching on fire thing. Hey, just fits, eh?
Yeah. But that is good because
Strong.
it's going to be strong there. Yeah. And it won't take much to bog that.
I only cut out what I needed to.
With the inner frame.
Yeah, and I might be able to put a support through to pick them up.
We'll see off your other bonnet.
Yeah, it's getting back.
You'll be able to use the support off here.
Yeah.
Sort of married. You just don't need me anymore.
Oh, I definitely do. I'm just sick of doing shit, so I'm just gonna fuck it. Finished yet or what? Yeah. Going steal the frame out of the old bonnet and try and adapt to this bonnet to support where things have got a little bit hot. It's not too bad, but we do need to put the under bonnet frame in there. So if we can adapt some of the 79 series bonnet to the 60 series underneath, we'll do that. We'll go and see if we can get it out. For someone that doesn't like sanding, you seem to be pretty good at it.
Oh, I'm done.
Hey. Looks good, lad.
It will.
Well, bonnet's sandblasted, all the little rust patches off, or let's say 99%.
99%?
That's good enough. Right, so we cut and shaped the original under, what's it called anyway? Bonnet rear? Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Bonnet rear? That'll do. Cut and shape the original 79 series bonnet Rio to fit into the 60 series bonnet. And we just got to tack these two outside edges down, hold the supports. That's the only part of the bonnet that's a bit ripply from the heat because it's the flattest part. And then the actual sound deadening from the 79 series fits into this. Beautiful. Look at that. James, I don't know what you're worried about. That is fucking outstanding. That's pretty good.
You'll be right, we'll get sorted. Mate, look ready. We will make it, what do they say? A silk purse out of a sow's ear.
A silk purse out of a sow's ear.
That's what we're going to make out of it.
That's the next shirt.
Yeah.
Comment below if you want one of those. You like that?
I do.
If you're good enough to prime it, I reckon you're good enough to paint it. Why not?
No.
What's this all about?
What's this all about? Making myself a funnel.
A funnel? How? Should probably just watch, I suppose. Oh.
They don't spill.
Is it because there's a crowd here?
Probably. And it'll probably spill.
Oh, we're all watching. Here we go. Oh, fuck. This all over me battery box. Fuck's sake.
So now you put pressure on me. You're like, you're not going to cut that out either, are you?
I don't generally. Last time you fucked up, we made a shirt out of it. But anyway, that's how you do it. You just do it better.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Please cut that out.
No, it'll be fine. You'll be right. Everyone's allowed to make a mistake.
You'll have to do it again, James, in redeem
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, we'll give you another chance.
Yeah, that's the go.
Righto, we're going. Righto, so the idea of the Sikaflex is to take up the gap between the frame and the bonnet. Generally, you don't really want to weld these things to the bonnet. We didn't have a lot of choice. So that bonnet was off a 2012 model 79 series. And I would definitely do that again. That lower profile. The newer ones I think would be too high. I have seen it done and it did look really good and it was done quite well. That is probably more achievable, I think. It just fits in between the 60 series bonnet hump. Pretty neat, and it really wasn't that bad. I think I've been going at this about 6 hours. James come in about halfway through. Look, there's a lot of work still to be done, but it's in. The rest is bogging and sanding, and it's pretty straight. There's a little bit of a ripple in the front. We'll show you that when we turn it over. So for tonight, we're going to Sikaflex that up, and that takes up the gap between the frame and the bonnet, makes it nice and stiff, so when we do bog it and then sand it, that's in its final position. Well, I am pumped with how that turned out. It was a really big undertaking and I really just had a crack on my own. James was reasonably impressed with how I did it, so that was pretty good. Lots of bogging and sanding from here on out, guys, and you've seen me do plenty of that. So we're going to leave it here. That is bodywork part 2. There will be at least another 1 or 2 episodes of bodywork. We are starting to really punch through it, and when we get some proper days to put into it, we'll really get a lot done. That was probably about half a day just to get that bonnet in. While I did that, James did a heap of other fiddly stuff, sanding those doors, getting them really, really well finished off, and then getting some primer on them. Look, this thing is going to turn out to be a bloody nice car. We keep saying it's a nice car, not a show car. It's going to be a bloody beauty. And I'm really trying to be careful of not getting too attached to it. I'm not going to be one of those people that builds a car and is too scared to use it. James will kill me if I put a dent in this thing, but the whole point of doing something like this is to be able to use it. So we're really pushing ahead with this bodywork now. We're going to start tearing down the right-hand side, and there's some other special parts that we've got to get, like the bonnet scoops, not just rust repairs. We're really going to modify this thing and make it our own, and that's what STS Garage is all about. Look, there's going to be some purists out here that will not enjoy that 60 series with the 79 series bonnet. There's going to be plenty more of that to come. Don't worry, we're going to make this thing ours. This is not going to be a perfectly restored 60. This is going to be an STS Garage Landcruiser. It's going to be a beauty. Don't forget to go and check out smarttouringsystems.com.au. Measure once, cut twice shirts. James so famously put together. They've been really popular, and we're really proud of that shirt and what it stands for. And my wife did a great design on them. Also, grab yourselves a hat while you're there. I really appreciate the support that everyone has thrown behind us. And we're just going to get bigger, better, and stronger in 2024. See you next time. We'll be digging into more of Lazarus and making him more of ours. So don't forget, you only live once. Get out in the shed, get into that project. See you guys.